Good morning, everybody. This is going to be a little bit of a different kind of video, just a quick vlog, I guess, about how I'm going to take care of my blueberries this spring. I am not a professional when it comes to growing blueberries. I am still in my infancy stages and still learning. So I trust YouTube to teach me too. So I have watched a ton of YouTube videos on blueberries over the course of the year. One in particular that was really super helpful today, and I'm actually going to try to follow her process today and show you what I'm doing along the way, okay? So my first adventure with blueberries, I did all my little research. I learned about conditioning your soil, getting it to a nice acidic level. I learned that you might even have to do that like the year before. I bought all the materials I thought I would need. I went to a reputable nursery. I researched varieties that were going to work well in my zone, which is 5B. Spoiler alert, all 3 blueberry bushes did not make it even a little bit. I was so disappointed. I was sure I was gonna have bucketfuls of blueberries by the time the summer was over. Okay, I'm gonna try again. Researching more about the soil, and I really learned to get your soil to the place where it needs to be, you gotta really pay attention to it, and you gotta regularly add some treatment, and it might take longer than that first year to get it to where it needs to be, right? Okay, so now we're on to season 2, and I'm all ready to start again. Go get a couple more varieties, and I was buying varieties that were just a year old, so little bitty seedling bushes, I guess. 2 of them died. Third one made it, but the first 2 died. I was so frustrated. I was so disappointed. I couldn't figure out what I was doing wrong, so I thought, screw it all. I'm gonna buy established blueberry bushes. So that ended up actually being the winner for me. I bought 2 blueberry bushes that were, on the tag it said that they were at least 3 years old. Got them into my soil along with the one start that survived, and lo and behold, they did great last summer. Didn't get pounds and pounds of berries, but got delicious, beautiful, sweet berries, probably 4 cups worth, I think, over the course of the summer. But they were healthy. The leaves stayed healthy. The branches stayed healthy. Nothing really died off. So now I think I'm actually at the point where I think my blueberries are doing okay, and I want to take care of them for the future summer coming forward. And to do that, I know that I may have to do a little inspection and some pruning. So here we are going to talk about how I am going to prune my blueberries. These are just some of the things that I'm going to be using today. I have got my little shears, and I've got some alcohol so I can sterilize those. I've got my gloves. And then I just wanted to show you 2 of the products that I have been using, or that I used last summer to take care of my blueberries. Acid from Miracle Grow, I would put that in water about once a month to give them a little extra feed. And then the soil acidifier, the pellets, I put those in about once a month as well. And I just kind of work it into the soil. I've also learned that in general, blueberry plants love a lot of organic matter in their soil. And so something that I started doing last summer over the season was actually composting in place with other plants that were around it. So if I snipped off a couple of leaves or branches or what have you from other plants surrounding, I would just chuck them on top of the blueberry soil and just let them sit in there and decompose. You'll see some needles in here. I also take my Christmas tree needles, and instead of throwing them away, I dump them into the bin. My tea bags in the morning, I will empty the contents of my tea bags in the bin. All of that. Anything that I can do to keep organic matter in the soil is what I'm doing. So these are my blueberries. This is actually the first time I used a stock tank too to grow things. And I got this stock tank because I thought to myself, if the soil needs to be really acidic and the rest of my plants do not want acidic soil, I shouldn't just dig them into the ground because that might make soil surrounding too acidic for my other plants. I don't really know if that's true or not. Somebody can tell me. Anyway, So I bought the stock tank, and this is what my blueberry blueberry plants are in. This one over here is a sunshine blueberry. This is the one that made it last year. This was just a year old when I planted it, and my little neighbor Kaya helped me. She's so proud. I was just honestly really surprised. This one in the middle is one from Bushel and Berry, and it is a jelly bean blueberry. Can I tell you how spectacular tasting those blueberries are from this? It's like eating blueberry jelly every single time. They're huge and beautiful. And then this one is called Perpetua, and this is another one that I got from the nursery from Bushel and Berry. And the blueberries on this one are a little bit smaller, but it's supposed to bloom and grow fruit twice a season. So I should get fruit early, and then I should get fruit again in the fall. Last year I bought it just in time to get like one fruiting, and that's okay. So those are the 3 bushes that I have in the stock tank. This stock tank moves over to the side of my house where it can get a lot more direct sun. But first I'm going to do some inspection and see what might need to be clipped or pruned. I'm going to go ahead and sanitize my clippers. I'm just using little bitty sharp clippers today because my plants are a little bitty. And this is just alcohol. Pour over. Get everybody clean. That way we're not contaminating anything. Okay, Melissa K. Norris from Modern Homesteading has an amazing video about pruning. I highly recommend you watch it. I'm going to link it in the description below, but thank you, Melissa K. Norris, for your super educational and helpful video. Here's what I understand. This particular blueberry, since now it's just going into its 2nd year, shouldn't really need any trimming. It didn't even lose all of its leaves, and I don't know if that's normal or not. But if you look down at the canes, everybody feels pretty healthy. If they're not green, they might be a little red. There's nothing that seems overly dead and broken. So I think I just end up leaving this one just the way it is. This is the Jelly Belly. So this is a little bit older. So this is going to be going into its 4th season. So I'm going to look for dead stuff first. So I'm going to just... Okay, so I'm also going to look for anything that's rubbing. Because I think we want to keep airflow going through the middle. So this little guy is kind of rubbing down there. Makes me wonder if maybe I should take that one out of there. Because this looks like a nice healthy branch. Oop, there's a broken branch. You can take that off. This little guy isn't doing much, and he's kind of rubbing up against this guy. So I think I just might take this out. I'm going to go all the way down to the ground. Is that a dead thing? I think nope, that just came off anyway. This top looks dead, but it has some offshoots that are alive. So I think I'll just do that. These aren't really rubbing. Not really rubbing. This one looks okay. I'm going to take out this bad boy. Make a little more space in the middle. Probably putting way more analysis into this than I ever needed to. I just love them. I want to take care of them. Okay. Let's look at the Perpetua. Let's see if we've She just might not eat anything. She's just looking beautiful, I gotta tell you. These all have space. Space. This little guy's kind of rubbing down there. I'm gonna just pop him out. I think I might take this little guy is kind of growing inward, and I'm guessing he may not be super helpful to the rest of the plant growing that way. So I'm going to take this little bad boy out. Oh, there's just more space. Guess this guy's a little rubbing on this guy, and they don't have any buds, so maybe this guy can just come out. These two are sort of close. This new one. Just make a little space. Okay, well, there you go. I know it doesn't really look like I did much. And truthfully, honestly, I don't really actually think I did. But you know what? That is okay. Folks, gardening is just about learning. We're all learning. We're all growing. It's all a journey. You don't have to know how to do this stuff right out the gate. I learn from everybody else just the same way you all do. So let's all just learn and grow and garden together. Part of what makes this process just so satisfying for me is the presence. I hardly noticed all the construction noises going on around me while I was doing it because I was so focused on that little bitty plant and what that little bitty plant needs. Sometimes it's okay to let our minds take a break and just focus on what that little bitty plant needs, right? So, other than that, that is where my blueberries are going to be. I think they're all ready. I'm going to go ahead and give them a little sulfur today and just get it and throw down a little bit more mulch. I'm going to push them into the sunshine, and I think they're going to be on their way. If you guys have any tips or you see anything I did wrong, by all means, give me a comment down below. That's it. That's what she's gonna say. Always, folks, if you thought this was helpful, go ahead and give me a like. If you know way more about blueberries than I do, which is a high possibility, go ahead, feel free to give me any advice below in the bottom in the comments. And of course, if you want to come along on my self-sustaining journey with me, go ahead and hit that red subscribe button. Love to have you along. Okay, and that's it. I added a couple tablespoons of sulfur pellets around each plant, but of course I didn't hit the video button, so I didn't catch it. That's how it goes. Added a little additional straw mulch on top, and they're gonna get full sun here on this side of my garage. We are expecting rain here the next couple of days, so they're gonna get nice and watered in, and there we go. Let's cross our fingers that I did okay, and we have some nice healthy blueberries this summer. Love you guys. Have a great day. Bye.